Was squeaking, hedgehog prodders? Welcome back to Monkey Boys Toys, and welcome back to the sofa. Thanks very much for joining me again.
Monkey Boy, what are you doing?
Oh, Skeletor, I'm doing another video for YouTube, mate.
Is it another mask vehicle review?
No, it isn't. No. It's actually going to be a top 5 Super 7 Masters of the Universe figures rundown.
I'm one of those.
You are, aren't you?
Yes, I just know I'm going to be number 1. I can feel it.
Can you?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Why are you only doing a top 5? That doesn't seem very many.
Well, I'm cheating a little bit, Skeletor, because I'm actually going to be showing 8 figures. I've got my top 5, and then I've got 2 honourable mentions and an honourable mention.
Yes, that is cheating, Monkey Boy. So basically, you're doing a top 8.
Well, I guess so, Skeletor, but top 5 sounds better, doesn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Right, why don't you go and sit yourself off to the side and watch?
Well, I can't sit, Monkey Boy.
Well, do you want to stand off to the side?
Yes, a great idea. I'll stand off to the side. It's lucky you put some clothes pegs on my feet, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty lucky, Skeletor.
Yes, otherwise I would fall over.
Yeah, but you can stand there now, can't you?
Yes, hurry up, get on with it. Show me your honourable mention.
Right, okay, Skeletor, here it comes. So, guys, here is my honourable mention from the line, and it is Eldor. Now, this is a really nice figure. It's very weighty. Now, I don't know if it's because of the accessory that comes with him, but this is significantly heavier than the other figures in the line. This one comes on the Powers of Grayskull card back, which is different to most of the rest of the line. Eldor and Hero both came with this card back. If I turn it round, we can just have a look. This is some artwork on the back, just telling you a little bit about the Book of Living Spells, which is this large book that came with Eldor. So pause that if you want to read it. So there's a little bit of information about how to use the book there. Obviously, I won't be doing that because I don't open anything. But anyway, this is my honourable mention. It's Eldor. If you have a look at his face, we can see he's got an excellent beard and moustache combination. The two working in tandem there. So, and he's got a nice hood. So yeah, that's my number 8 pick, I suppose, if you will, is Eldor. Let's remove him, and we'll get on to my honourable mentions. The first of which is Shadow Weaver.
I like her.
Yeah, I do as well, Skeletor. Now, this is the only Shadow Weaver figure I have. I don't have one of the vintage ones. And so far, Mattel haven't released Shadow Weaver in the Origins line. So for now, this is my only Shadow Weaver figure, which is why she's made my honourable mentions. I do like the character. And we've got a nice figure here with some soft goods in her sort of robe, sort of capey thing that she's wearing. If we flip it over to the back, we've just got a nice image of Shadow Weaver battling She-Ra there, with Hordak straining for a poo in the background, which is always nice.
I hate Hordak, he's a twat.
Yeah, he is, isn't he, Skeletor? So yeah, there's my number 7 pick, I guess, but it's my first honourable mention, and that's Shadow Weaver. Let's remove her. And on to my second honourable mention, which is Trapjaw.
One of my minions.
Yes, Skeletor, he is, isn't he?
He looks different to the Origins version.
He does, doesn't he? He looks different to the original version as well.
What's the difference, Monkey Boy? Can you show us?
I can actually, yeah. If I bring in my vintage Trapjaw here, you can see the difference is that the Super 7 version on the left here has got pink shin guards, pink thigh pads, and a pink robotic arm, which is more in line with how he appeared in the cartoon series. Obviously, the original one here had all black shin guards and a black arm and stuff. So yeah, so let's take the original one away. So here's Trapjaw. I do like this figure because of his appearance in the cartoon. I think he looks pretty cool. We'll have a quick look at the back of the card there. It's just showing Trapjaw attacking He-Man there with Teela, Teela looking quite surprised because, as you can see, Trapjaw has bitten off the blade of her sword. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, my second honourable mention, Trapjaw. Right, so now we're down to the actual top 5.
Oh, I wonder who it's going to be, Monkey Boy.
Well, you're about to see, Skeletor, because coming in at number 5 is Merman.
Ah, another one of my minions.
Yes, Skeletor. Now, do you know why I like this version of Merman, this Super 7 version?
No, tell us.
Well, I like this version because his face is moulded very similar to how he appeared in the cartoon. Now, the original vintage toy, and indeed the Mattel Origins version or versions of Merman don't appear the same as he looked in the cartoon. And I did like the way he looked in the cartoon, so I was a big fan of this figure. I think it's a shame in a way that Origins didn't give us a more cartoon accurate representation, but I suppose they are going for the vintage look, so I do understand why they made that decision. But anyway, here's Merman. Let's have a look at the back of his card. There he is, pointing his corn cob sword at, well, is he pointing it at He-Man or is he pointing it at Teela? We're not sure really, but he's pointing it anyway. So there's the back of that. I should also point out that all these Super 7 figures have the same Power Punch feature that the vintage toys had. So that's pretty cool. They're all sort of 6 POA, 5 POA and the waist action, so 5 or 6 points of articulation depending on how you look at it. So yeah, there's number 5, Merman. Let's move on and see what I've got for number 4, and it is Beastman.
Beastman, yet another one of my minions. I beat him every day, you know, Monkey Boy.
Yeah, I know you do, Skeletor. He doesn't seem to mind it either, does he?
No, he's quite amenable, really.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's Beastman, and again, the reason I like this figure is because his appearance is very similar to how he appeared in the cartoon. I like his face. I've got a vintage Beastman. If I just bring him in here, you can see there is quite a remarkable difference in the face sculpts, if my camera will focus. The Super 7 version is a little bit more simplistic. The tattoos on his face it's basically just blue eyeliner that he's got on. He hasn't got quite the same tattoo markings as the original toy had. The original toy had sort of bigger fangs as well, whereas the Super 7 version here, like the cartoon, his teeth are a little smaller. He does have fangs still, but obviously you can't see them in this mould. But yeah, there's Beastman. Let's have a look at the back of his card. Here he is, and he's commanding the creatures of Eternia against He-Man and Man-at-Arms there. He's using his telepathic control over the creatures of the forest. So yeah, there's my next pick. That's pick number 4, and that's Beastman. Okay, let's see who my third pick is. It is Robot He-Man.
he's not one of my minions.
Well, no, he isn't, is he? He was made by Man-at-Arms.
He looks like he could be one of my minions, though.
He does, sort of, doesn't he? Yeah. No, I really like this figure. I like the face mould. Of course, the main buck is the He-Man buck. It's just that the head sculpt that is different. So, I mean, it's essentially a repack of the He-Man figure with a different head. But I do like the head mould on this one. I think it looks pretty cool. I actually have a loose version here, which I'll bring in so we can see it a little bit better. He's got a nice. He's sort of got googly eyes, and I suppose he looks a little bit like the skeleton faces from the film They Live. That's what he reminds me of. But yeah, quite a nice figure. So he made my number 3 spot. Let's just have a look at the back of his card, and it's showing Robot He-Man. That's his name. Sorry, I completely drew a blank there. It's showing him wreaking havoc in Man-at-Arms' laboratory, and Teela, Orko and Man-at-Arms are all quite alarmed because he seems to have broken free of his restraints and he's about to smash the place to bits. But anyway, there's my number 3, Robot He-Man. Let's have a look and see what I've got for number 2. Are you ready for this one, Skeletor?
Yes, hurry up, get on with it. I want to get to mine. I know I'm going to be number 1.
Right, well, my number 2 is Skeletor.
Oh, for God's sake, Monkey Boy, what are you doing, you twat?
Well, I'm sorry, Skeletor, but you're my number 2 pick, I'm afraid.
Well, who's your number 1 pick?
Well, we'll get to that in a minute, won't we?
I can't believe it, Monkey Boy. I was certain I was going to be number 1. How dare you? You use me every week in your videos.
I know, Skeletor, but unfortunately you were sort of pipped at the post by another figure that I do prefer. But, I mean, come on, Skeletor. You've made number 2. That's pretty good, isn't it?
No, it's not good enough. I might as well be last.
Well, there's no need to be like that, Skeletor. Come on, number 2's pretty good. You know, I think they made 22 figures, so to make it to number 2, that's pretty good, isn't it?
I suppose so, Monkey Boy. God, I hate you.
I know, Skeletor. Anyway, so yeah, this is my number 2 pick. I had to pick it, really, didn't I? It had to be in my at least top 3, considering I use this little blue bastard in most of my videos.
I heard that, Monkey Boy.
I know you did, Skeletor. So yeah, let's have a look at the back of his card. It shows Skeletor and his Havoc staff, and he's giving it a bit of a blast there. So there's Skeletor on the back. Yeah, there's not much more to be said about that, really. I don't have a vintage Skeletor to hand at the moment.
Is that my cousin, Skeletor?
Yes, it is Skeletor, yeah. But he's away having a costume fitting at the moment, so I can't compare the original vintage figure with this one. But obviously the Super7 figure that I've got here does resemble how Skeletor appeared in the cartoon series a bit more faithfully. And for me, this is actually the best version of Skeletor.
I knew it.
I think the Origins versions that were released, the one with the laughing face and the one with the serious face, I don't think either of them really did the original figure justice. I wasn't really very impressed with those at all. So for me, the go-to Skeletor figure is this Super7 version, and I'm really happy with him. And I'm glad that I have him on the channel every week, but let's not tell him I said that.
I heard it anyway, Monkey Boy.
Oh, right, okay. So anyway, there's my number 2 pick, Skeletor. So, let's see what I picked for number 1. Are you excited, Skeletor?
No, I wanted to be number 1. You're a twat, Monkey Boy.
Right, okay. So, my number 1 Super7 Masters of the Universe figure is... If I can just wipe the dust off the front of it. It is... Crystal Man-at-Arms.
Oh, he looks stupid, Monkey Boy.
Well, I disagree, Skeletor. I think he looks really cool. What I really like about this figure is that not only is he moulded completely in translucent plastic, but he's got the most minimal paint apps ever. His eyes, eyebrows, and most importantly his moustache have been painted, but that's it for the figure. All his accessories are see-through. And I just really like this figure. It was quite hard to get hold of at a reasonable price, particularly in the UK. I think I actually ordered this one from Germany in the end. But I really do like this figure. I like a glow-in-the-dark figure, and I like a translucent figure. Now this one doesn't glow in the dark, but it is translucent, and I really like how he looks. If we have a look at the back of the card there, that shows you an image of Man-at-Arms turned into crystal. So that was I forget the name of the episode now, but it was an episode where Duncan was transformed into a crystal statue by Skeletor.
By me, I did that.
Yes, Skeletor, you did. So yeah, that'll be my number one, is Crystal Man-at-Arms. So if we pop him to the back of the sofa, and I'll bring in the other ones that I've picked as well. So he was my number one pick. My number two, of course, was Skeletor.
Twat, monkey boy.
All right. My number three was Beastman. My number... Or was it actually... Sorry, no, it wasn't. Number three was Robot He-Man. I don't know, I can't remember anymore. It's all gone wrong.
Monkey boy, you fucked up.
No, never mind. There's Beastman, who was my number four pick. We just can't really see him there. He's off to the side. And Merman was my number five pick. So there we go, guys. There are my top five Super 7 Masters of the Universe figures. What did you think of those, Skeletor?
Well, I'm disappointed that I wasn't number one. I'm not going to forgive you for that, monkey boy.
Alright, okay, well, never mind, Skeletor. Do you want to do the sign off, or shall I do it?
No, I'm too pissed off, monkey boy. You do it.
Right, okay. Well, that's the end of the video, everyone. Thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate you sticking with me. If you did like the video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with any other hedgehog prodders you may know. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'd be really happy to have you along. And do leave any comments and let me know what your favourite figures of the Super 7 line are, if you've got any favourites. And how do you think the Super 7 figures compare to the Origins figures? So yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now and make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here. See you later. Bye.